Hi, boys and girls. I'm so excited that we're starting Module 7. Here is the video that will help you understand what we learned today. Please watch me.
Lesson with me, Mrs. DuPont. Over the next few lessons, we will be doing lots of problem solving using length, money, and data. For today's lesson, we will be solving word problems from recorded data. Before we begin today's lesson, you will need your cut out animal cards from your animal cards template. Press pause while you gather your materials and press play when you are ready to continue.
Remember, boys and girls, you're just going to watch.
Now we are ready to begin. Let's start by playing a guessing game. I have 2 legs, wings, feathers, and I can fly. What am I? Whoa, I heard you guys say a bird. Of course, I just described the characteristics of a bird. Where do you see the characteristics of a bird listed on this chart? You're right. They are here on the left under the word bird. Using these sentence frames, tell me about this animal. I heard some of you say it is a fish. A fish has scales and gills. Some of you said it can swim. I even heard some of you say it can lay eggs. Great work using our sentence frames. So friends, what animal is this? That's right, it is a fish. Great work. Using this chart, what are the characteristics of a fish? Yes, it has scales, it has fins, it can swim, and it has gills. Nice work. Let's continue sorting animals into groups or categories. If you haven't done so already, press pause and cut out your animal cards template and press play when you are ready to continue. We are going to sort our cards into 4 categories using the categories on our animal's characteristic chart. Our first category is bird, then we have mammals, reptiles, and fish. Use this chart in your cards to decide which category the animals belong. For example, I have a bull shark, and this card says that bull sharks' gills allow them to live in the shallow, warm water of the ocean. Looking at my chart, I can see that the bull shark belongs in the fish category because it has gills. And I can also see that this bull shark has fins by looking at the picture on the card. Use the chart to help you decide where your animal might belong. Set a timer for 2 minutes to work on this. Press pause and press play when your timer stops. You might not have enough time to finish sorting all of your cards, but that's okay. When you get back, you will see some of the cards that I sorted. Welcome back, friends. I hope you enjoyed sorting these animal cards and learning things about animals that may have surprised you or interested you. I love when we can find ways to do math and science together. It is just so much fun. Now, how can we use this table and the data that we just sorted into categories so that it's easier to see how many animals are in each category? I heard some of you say that we can count the animals in each category and write the number. I also heard some of you say we can use tally marks to represent the number of animals in each category. Let's record our data using tally marks. Count the number of birds with me. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I draw 4 tally marks on my table. I want you to draw the tally marks in the air. A tally mark is just a straight line down, kind of like the number 1. Follow along while I draw the tally marks on the table. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4. I drew 4 tally marks to represent the 4 birds in this first category. Our next category is mammals. Let's count how many mammals are in this category. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What do we need to do now? You're right, we need to draw 8 tally marks next to the label mammals on our table. Ooh, friends, when we get to the number 5 on our tally marks, we do something a little bit different. When we get to 5, we are going to draw a diagonal tally mark across our 4. Watch as I do so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I drew 8 tally marks to represent the 8 mammals in that category. Friends, we draw a diagonal line across our tally marks like this to help us organize our data so we can count it easier. If we just had a long string of tally marks going across the page, it would be really hard to count all those tally marks. But when we have them in groups of 5 like this, we can count by 5s to see how many there are. All right, friends, our next category is reptiles. Count how many reptiles you see. I heard some of you say that there are 5 reptiles. Excellent work. Let's draw 5 tally marks in our table. Don't forget to do the diagonal line when we get to the 5th tally mark. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Nice work, friends. Our last category is fish. How many fish do you see? That's right, there are 3. What do we do now? Excellent. We need to draw 3 tally marks next to our label of fish. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3. Nice work, friends. Now we are going to use our data to answer some questions on our personal whiteboards. Press pause, find your personal whiteboard and dry erase marker, and press play when you are ready to continue. How many animal cards did we sort all together? How can we solve this problem? Let's solve this problem together. You should be solving this problem on your whiteboard while I do the same. I know our table shows 4 birds, 8 mammals, 5 reptiles, and 3 fish. How can I use this information to find out how many animal cards we sorted all together? I heard some of you say we can add them all up. I also heard some of you say that we can count all of our tally marks or even our animal cards. Go ahead and finish this problem on your own. Press pause, solve the problem, and press play when you are ready to continue. Welcome back, friends. I can see that you guys did a great job of adding. I loved seeing all of the different strategies used. The total number of animals we sorted all together was 20. I saw that most of you set your equation up like this: 4 plus 8 plus 5 plus 3. I saw some of you first start by adding 5 and 3 together to make 8. Then I saw some of you do 8 plus 8 equals 16, since that's a doubles fact. Then I saw some of you use counting on to find out that 16 plus 4 equals 20. Some of you may have solved it differently, and that is okay, as long as you arrived at the answer of 20. I love seeing students use all of the different strategies that we have learned this year. Our next question asks, how many more birds and mammals are there than reptiles and fish? Take a moment to think about how we might solve this problem. I heard some of you say that we need to add up the number of birds and mammals together first, which is 12. Then we need to add the number of reptiles and fish together, which is 8. Then we have to subtract in order to find out how many more birds and mammals there are than reptiles and fish. 12 minus 8 is 4. Great work, friends. Think about this. How would our table change if we counted 4 more birds? That's correct. If we added 4 more birds, we would now have 8 birds. Friends, what if I changed my table to having numbers instead of tally marks? Did my data or my information change? No, it didn't. What do you notice about seeing numbers instead of tally marks? Interesting, friends. I heard some of you say that numbers are easier to read, but tally marks are longer when there is more, so it's easier to see which groups have more and which groups have less. Friends, today you learned about sorting your data into categories, organizing that data into table, and using that data to solve word problems. Talk about hard work. Your must-do assignment is to complete